Hey guys, it's Lulu. I'm finally back. This is Wednesday on Geeks of the Week. It is still Wednesday. I definitely meant to upload this way earlier, but in true Lulu fashion, things happened. I went out to dinner with my mom, celebratory dinner for the end of the semester, and then my friend Susan paid a surprise visit to me, and I have not seen her in a while, and we love to talk. So I got very distracted for a while, but I'm here, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about. I've thought about it for a while, but the words won't come, so this will be interesting. Anyway, thank you for putting up with my hiatus that went longer than I intended it to, but this semester really took a lot out of me. But the awesome news is that I passed all my classes, and I am 2 classes away from graduating, which is great news. Even better news is that I got this awesome new shirt, which you can't see, and now you can. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, yes, my Black Friday present to myself because I deserve it. Um, anyway, I have a lot to catch up on with the geeks, but there's just too much to cover, and I've been actually doing some cool nerdy stuff, so let's talk about that, because I don't really get to talk too much about what I'm doing because I'm a boring person, but I have unboring things to talk about for once. So, I guess in the cosplay world, I'm finally able to work on costumes again. I took a 2 week break, and even before I took that break, I was hardly working on anything at all. So currently, I am working on my costume from Love Live School Idol Project, which is an excellent anime that you can watch on Crunchyroll. I will link to it down there. It is really good, so I hope you guys will check it out. We are doing a full group of all the idols for Anime Los Angeles in about a month, and I don't know if you can see my fluffy skirt. Look, it's so shiny and glittery and awesome and poofy. So I finished that today. The top is in progress, and the other parts will be easy to complete. So I'm very excited about that, even if the costume is giving me some trouble. That's really the only new thing I'm working on for ALA, but other things are in the works that I won't talk about yet. Um, oh, sorry, I'm burping. I just chugged a bunch of Calpico because I went to the Asian market. It was excellent. Um, let's see. So I talked to you guys before about my comics class and my senior capstone paper, which I wrote about female League of Legends players. I'm very happy to announce that I got almost perfect grades on both of them, which I was really surprised about because I thought they were both awful. So very pleasantly surprised that I did so well on those, and obviously very happy about that. Um, my Scott Pilgrim paper was, the assignment was that we had to compare a comic book to a movie, and obviously what else would I have picked? I've always wanted to actually sit down and write about the differences between the comic and the movie, but not really motivated to unless it's for a grade, and I finally had the opportunity to do that, so I did it. Um, Basically, my focus was to talk about how, um, really what I love both the comic and the movie of Scott Pilgrim very much. They're both very important things to me. But I'm always gonna love the comics more because they just go so much into the characters and create these really amazing, really real, relatable characters. And the movie just didn't really have the means to explore that. Um, and that's not the movie's fault, it's the medium's fault. But I talked about how not both, Kim, Ramona, and Scott each all go through these transformative journeys throughout the comic that aren't really represented in the movie, and that was really interesting to write about. I got to reread the comics a couple of times, which I had not done in a really long time, so that was enjoyable. Um, I learned that Kim Pine is basically the best character in Scott Pilgrim. Um, and she got nerfed the hardest in the movie, which breaks my heart, but was fun to write about. And we also had to present about our papers, and that's why I'm wearing this wig, because if you follow me on social media, you know that I actually did a closet cosplay of Ramona in which to present my my paper. I've never really cosplayed like outside of a con or a photo shoot before. Like I don't wear wigs to school or anything. Um, and since I only need 2 more classes to graduate, I figured that would probably be my last chance to do it, so I just went for it. And that was pretty fun. And then my League of Legends paper, it was about the inspiration for it was that even before I started playing League, I always had this impression that it was a very, well, not very, but compared to other gaming communities and gaming as a whole, my impression was that it was a very female-friendly community because of all the female champions, and I knew so many girls who had cosplayed from it, so I figured it must be a pretty female-friendly game. And that was basically my research question, and I observed my school's esports club. I interviewed 3 girls and the male president of the esports club, and more or less what I found was that, yeah, it's better than most gaming communities, and definitely gaming as a whole, but it's not nearly as female-friendly as I had been impressioned upon to be. But that was a really fun, the research process was pretty fun because I got to go to the LANs and just sit there and play League for 3 hours while taking notes about other people. But the interviews were really enlightening, really getting to sit down and talk to other female players and see how they feel about being labeled as a gamer, or how they feel about playing competitively, and how seriously they take the game, and, you know, why there aren't many professional female players and all sorts of things. So that was really, really interesting to talk about. Um, those are just really quick summaries of my papers. If you guys out there watching or any of the other geeks have more specific questions, if there's anything you're curious to know, I'd be happy to elaborate on that in next week's video, but I'm already running out of time. Been talking way too long, so I don't want to bore you much longer, but if you have questions about my papers, I'd be happy to answer them, because both of those papers are many, many pages long, so to talk about specific details is a lot, but I will be happy to answer specific questions if you have them. The other thing I've been doing, because I managed to find time to watch things even when I'm busy studying, because I'll multitask while I'm showering, while I'm getting ready for bed, whatever, I'll be watching something. So this is where I make a confession that I am a terrible, terrible Doctor Who fan. I'm actually a really shitty fan of a lot of the things I like, but I am a really, really bad Doctor Who fan. So until recently, I had not actually sat down and watched a full episode of Doctor Who since the 2011 Christmas special, I think it was. 2000, I don't even know what year it was. It was the one that was the Narnia ripoff. Yeah. I don't even remember. I remember it looking like Narnia. Anyway, and before that, the last episode I had watched was the one where I realized Amy wasn't going to be his companion anymore, and I'm stupidly attached to Amy, so this devastated me. Only time I've ever cried while watching Doctor Who. Didn't cry after Rose, didn't cry when Ten regenerated. No. Just finding out that Amy wasn't going to be on the show anymore, I fucking bawled. So, I was very emotionally damaged by Doctor Who for a while. And then Day of the Doctor came out, and I started feeling really left out, because I was like, man, I'm so out of the loop now, and I'm scared to get back in the loop, because I'm, again, way too emotionally attached to 11 in particular, and I'm not ready for 12. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But I need to be ready. So, I realized that I had never actually watched 9 season, and I had never finished all of 10's episodes. So I was like, well, I might as well just go back and start from the beginning, because I haven't even seen the beginning. So I've done that. I am currently on the last episode of 10's last season, which means I get to start 11 soon, which is like, yay, but also prepare for emotional devastation. So I have realized a few things while watching things for the first time and rewatching others. So first thing I realized is that Rose is still my second favorite companion. Haters can hate, but to me she's still the most likable overall. Amy's still my baby, but Rose is a close second, even though I'm not quite as emotionally attached to her. Second, Donna is still my least favorite companion. Rewatching did nothing to change my mind about her, and I know that saying I hate kittens and rainbows, which I don't, but I don't like Donna. Sorry, still don't. Third, having finally watched 9 season, I'm not really sure how I feel about him. I talked about this with my boyfriend, and he explained my feelings pretty well. Eccleston is a great actor, and he's very enjoyable to watch on screen. He has a lot of personality, like all the Doctors do, but he's just a little too aggressive to really embody the Doctor, who is not really an aggressive dude. Fourth thing I realized, best Doctor Who villain there is, at least so far, because I'm still not caught up, best Doctor Who villain is hands down the Master, and I'm kind of getting really upset that he doesn't keep getting reincarnated instead of the Daleks. I'm sorry, but I'm starting to realize how lame the Daleks actually are. Understand that they are basically bred only to hate people, and that in themselves is kind of terrifying. But really the scariest thing about them is that they don't go away. The Master is actually pretty fucking scary. So I wish he would just keep coming back, but no. I guess once he dies, he stays dead. So, I have rambled way too long. I'm running out of breath, and you're probably sick of me for the week. So, thanks for watching. If you watched to the end, please like, subscribe, share, talk about Doctor Who with me, and I'll see you guys next week.